Have you become curious about something that you just had to learn more? That's exactly how I started my journey inside of the Akashic Records. Everything started not because I wanted to be a teacher or because I wanted to start a business. That actually happened after. But I had questions. All my life, I have been curious and I questioned the narrative. I have some question like, why am I here? What is my sole purpose? Why do I keep repeating the same habits, the same patterns, the same relationship? Or maybe you have wondered if you have lived other lifetime. Maybe you have these questions like I did, or maybe you don't, or maybe this video will spark curiosity about your soul purpose, why you're here, and or any questions that you have about you and who you are. At the beginning of my spiritual journey, I met this wonderful woman who hosted live videos. It was a gathering to answer people's questions through the Akashic Records. I was fascinated. I was asking these questions. What is my soul origin? What was my first incarnation? Why did I choose this lifetime? The more I got curious, the more I was becoming more and more curious about the Akashic Records. I was listening to the answers of others, and sometimes even those answers resonated with me. And a few weeks later, I met a teacher who taught me how to open their Akashic records for myself and for others. A few months later, I learned how to heal inside of the Akashic records, healing myself and healing others. And then few more later, I learned more and more about the Akashic records. But something really unexpected happened. The masters, the teachers, the loved one guide me to begin teaching how others can access their own Akashic records. That was not part of the original plan, but it started with curiosity. If you have been following me, you know I talk about following the breadcrumbs and being curious. That one small step take you to the next step and to the next step. And life can be completely different than what you imagine. But it didn't stop there. What else can happen in the Akashic Records? Well, it taught me to ask better questions. Sometimes we just want to know the yes and no question, and that is not a good question to ask because sometimes we take the no as the fully fact, and there is more about that no. But we need to ask better questions. Also, questions about limiting belief, about habits, about patterns, about relationship, about past influences, and even present influences, and maybe those future possibilities. Questions about my soul and why I'm here, and why I am a healer, and how I'm holding space for myself, for my family, and for others. Every time I open the records, I walk away with a little bit more clarity. I walk away a little bit more clear, balanced, and a deeper understanding of myself. Because the Akasha record can help you self discover. The Akasha records can help you healing and letting go what not longer serve. If my story brings you any curiosity and you would like to experience the Akashic Records and how it works and how it feels and how it smells and using all your senses inside of the Akasha records. In the description, I have left you with a link to my masterclass. It is about experiencing the Akashic records. Or if you have questions, reach out. I'm here to support you. The Akashic Record is a cosmic library where you can find the answer to all your questions and even more. Until next time, bye for now.